Good morning, everyone. In the reading of today, the gospel reading, we're concluding the gospel of Matthew chapter 5, the Sermon on the Mount. So much in that chapter 5. We should refer to it quite often in terms of what we should follow for the teaching of Jesus. But Jesus says, love your enemies. Well, there's so many things that go on around in this world. We sort of feel that people are causing difficulties for us, and maybe even doing things which are causing problems for the world. Maybe even people who particularly take us on, and we might have difficulties with that unjustly. But the important thing to appreciate is that when Jesus says love your enemies, he's not saying that you should approve of their actions. What he's saying is that they are God's creations as you are, and therefore to recognize that. It's an important distinction between the actions of somebody and the person themselves. I mean, we talk about that in terms of loving the sinner but not the sin. And that's an important one. People have difficulty sometimes saying somebody did something wrong. How can he be forgiven of that? Well, none of us are perfect. And so we do seek forgiveness and we do acknowledge that our wrongdoing. That doesn't mean to say that wrongdoing is okay. We need to make sure we remedy that as well. Because Jesus continues and he says, be perfect just as your heavenly Father is perfect. Now, that's quite difficult for us to say, well, how am I possibly going to be like God? Well, essentially, Jesus is saying, don't love only those who love you back. Be like God, who loves everyone in spite of the fact that they may not love you back. Because we are required to love everyone. We are required to be prepared to forgive everyone. I often think, well, if I was ever responsible for deciding who was going to get into heaven, I'd have to be very careful about taking that job, because it would mean that I'm effectively saying, if I can judge them, they can judge me back. And none of us are perfect. So we should never be in a position of saying, I can judge you. We must love people, but don't love their actions. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you again. God bless. Bye-bye.